Hello everyone. Today we will learn about 3 transitions. They are easy and good for beginners, but they are only in cutecut or cutecut Pro, which either one you have. So, today, first of all, you have to go to Gaster Club, of course, and you have to erase the background of 2 poses for your character, or 2 characters. Which one you prefer? So then after you have the 2 poses or the 2 characters, either one have 1 pose, you have to delete the background, which is pretty easy. If you have a background eraser app, you can use that. And if you don't have an eraser app, you can also just go to flip the character, flip them, and then make the rotation for them 270. So then after that, you do it for both of the characters. You take screenshots, and then you go to IBIS Paint. If you don't have IBIS Paint, it's actually a really easy app that you can draw in, erase background in, and I basically use it always for my Gacha videos. It's a really good app. I do all of my thumbnails with it. So then, after you import the 2 pictures in IBIS Paint, you have to go to the selection layer in the layers, and then you have to go on the picture, and then you have to erase the background for the picture. You click on it and click on all the white spots. Then after you do that, you have to pretty much just erase it and clear the selection layer after you erase it. After you do that for both the characters, you put them into the normal rotation that they have, not 270 or 90 or anything, not sideways or upside down, just normal. After you do that, you have to save them as a transparent layer. So then after that, you have to go to your cutecut or cutecut Pro, and this is where all of this stuff begins. So let's begin, guys. Hello. So since we are going to begin the first transition, first of all, you have to make sure that the picture that the result is going to appear in is not too big but not too small. Probably medium, like the one I am doing right now. And there you go. So, first of all, for the first transition, I just have to do another movie. You can honestly name it anything you want, but right now I'm going to name it Test. And it's recommended to do 60 frames per second and any background color you want. So now that you did that, again you have to make the picture that the result is going to appear in very medium. So now you have to click the plus sign to begin. You go down and click photo. You click on your camera roll and click on the first picture that you basically deleted the background of. So then after you did that, right now we are going to make it 5 seconds long, so that it can be not too long, not too short, just good. So now you have to put the thingy in the middle, I don't really know what it's called, in the middle of your character, and make the character not too big, not too small, just fitting enough for the screen. So then after you did that, right now I am done. So after you did that, you have to basically just go into the costume transition right over there, and then you have to just go to the plus sign, costume transition, and you have to make the transition not too long and not too short. But right now I'm just going to make this sped up. So first of all, you have to make the thingy, basically the transition, the blue thing, not half of it, but basically 1 out of 4, less than half of it. Then you have to go to the easing type, make it back out, and then you have to go to the first arrow of the transition that you made and not make it very, very low, not out of the screen. You just have to make it a bit down, the character. And after you've done all of these things that I've told you and looked at the screen of what I'm doing and followed it perfectly, then I'm sure that you would get the first result and the last result, which is basically the thing that you want and need. Right now, we have finished the first transition. If you want to export it, click that button, export to album, and you can do any quality you want, but I always do high quality 1080p. So then, if you want to make a high quality, you click on that, and then it's exporting the movie, basically the video. And then, ta-da, there you go. I'm going to show you the result right now. Okay, so this time we're going to do the second transition. First of all, we are going to do the plus sign again, because that's how you begin every single transition or video. But this time we're going to do the two poses that we have background raised. That's my first and that's my second. Now we're going to do the same thing we did in the first transition. Basically putting the circle thing in the middle of your character or avatar. But on the first pose or avatar that you have to put it on the left side of the screen, your left. So it has to be just like that. You have to make the place where the result pops up a bit bigger too. But don't make the character too big. Just make it showing a bit of the body. Then you have to do the same thing for the second character, but this time you have to place them in the middle. So then, after you put the circle thing in the middle of the avatar, you make it bigger, not too big, and place it in the middle. We are going to be adding transitions. So now, we are just going to click on the first pose, and then add the custom transition. First of all, you go to the second arrow, and you make it into basically you make the transition the whole thing. Then you go to the second arrow and make it move to the middle. Make the character move to the middle. So then, after you're done with that, you have to go to the second transition, basically the second pose. Do the same thing, but this time since it's already in the middle, you have to go to the last arrow and put it in the completely right side of the screen, making it look like, if you put it all together, making it look like it moved from the left side to the right side. Now we have to make the easing type. We're going to do for the first pose, the easing type is circular in. The second pose, circular out, which should be pretty easy. There you go, you click on it. And now that you've done that, we are going to watch. And there you go. It's pretty smooth. But if you want to do another round for it to move to the left, to the right, then to the right, to the left, you have to do another pose. Right now, you have to basically split it into two and delete the other one from the second pose, and then copy the first pose. But I did that just to make it shorter and nicer and smoother. So now you have to copy the first pose and then move it to basically in front of all the other ones. Then now it would obviously look weird, so we have to change the transitions. I think I pretty much messed up at this point, so we're just gonna speed it up. Okay, so now that you have to make the second pose basically more longer and put the transition on the first transition on the second pose, basically half of it, make another transition on the second pose and make it the other half. And now that you did that, go to the second arrow on the last transition you made on the second pose and move it to the middle. And it would look like that. Then you have to copy the first pose that you did and then put it in the front. It would look weird again. So you have to put the second arrow, you have to move the character into the left side of the screen, and then you have to do the first arrow into the middle. And there you go. So now we are going to be changing the easing types. So then you go to there, go to the second transition, go to the easing type, make it circular in, and the other pose, the copy of the first pose, make it circular out. But now I'm just going to be speeding this bit up because I'm just trying to improve it and make it matching. So now that that's done, you're gonna get a pretty decent result. Now we're gonna export it. Click on the export button, export to album, high quality, and then wait. It's gonna take not too long. But there you go. Now I'm going to show you the result of the second transition that we have just finished right here on the screen. Okay, so this one is going to be pretty easy. Now we're going to press on the plus sign, do a photo, and then you can do any pose you want, but I'm going to be doing the first pose that I did. So you can make it any length you want too, but I'm going to make it in this case 4 seconds long. Or 3. But now that I did that, you're going to put the circly thing in the middle of the avatar and move it to the middle of the screen, but make it not too big, just perfect for the screen. Then you're going to do the custom transitions. Do a custom transition and make it more than half of it. Basically like the one I'm doing right now. Then you make the middle arrow, basically the first arrow, up out of the screen completely. You make the easing type circular out. Now you are going to do another custom transition, but this time you make the second arrow go down completely out of the screen too. Make the easing type circular in. Now that you did that, this should be the result. I'm gonna play it again so that it can be really good. Because if you play it more, you would basically be more interested in it and you would see how basically nice and how proud of your work you would be. Now I'm just going to play it again because I honestly think it's really smooth. Right now you are going to be exporting your video. Export to album, high quality, and then you wait. Now that was the end of the third transition. I am going to show you the result on the screen right now. Okay guys, so that's pretty much all. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for my bad explaining because I think it's my very first time doing the tutorial. So sorry again. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and you can even share if you want to. It really mean a lot. Not many people are subscribed, but they do watch my videos, which I am still grateful for that. Join my Discord in the description below, and have a good day or night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!